Well, good morning. Thursday, April 28th. Um, Decided to make this video after seeing a lot of box truck videos and dispatching box truck videos. Um, and they seem to have a lot of conflicted information about what a broker does or how the brokers work. Um, I wouldn't call it hate. It's just lack of understanding of what brokers really do and how you should be getting loads from brokers and even if you could even make money off of brokers and the pros and cons. Not sure if anybody's gonna watch this video or not. I'm just, I thought I'd throw the knowledge out there. I am a broker, been a broker for about 7 years. Worked at different big companies and small ones. Can't send the name. I don't know if I am going to get in trouble or not for this. So it's 7:40 in the morning. I decided to do it early. So I can actually show you my process on finding a carrier and how I will vet through through boxer carriers and so you can see how I quote and how much I'm willing to pay for a load at this time in the morning. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and start by pulling up some comments that I put on a video that I found a really good video, a really good channel. Big Vic, really good channel. So I'm pulling up these comments right here that I left on his video after he was explaining some biggest challenges a box truck owner operator will face in the business. So the first thing I said, from my experience, brokers are sometimes, second-hand middlemen, and I'm gonna run through that really quick. So, um, I have a customer. The biggest customer that I have is a freight forwarder. So they ask me for quotes all the time. Expedited trucks, one pallet, two pallets, five pallets, and it's mostly airport runs. So I'm picking up at an airport and taking it to their, distribution center or vice versa. Um, so when I quote this freight forwarded, they go ahead and quote their customer. So if you think about it, they're making money off their customer, and then I'm making money off of them, and then you gotta make money off of me. So you can see how much of a gap there is and how much money there are really on these expedited loads that allows for two big companies to make money and you make money. And well, I don't work for commission right now because I manage the accounts, but it allows my carrier sales rep guy to make commission. So everybody's making money off of this one load. Um, let's move on to the load boards and everything that I use. A lot of people use DAT. I've seen a lot of Amazon Relay. I use Selectus most of the time to just to get trucks and Selectus is super competitive. I'm gonna show you later how fast I get options on Selectus and how you should be going about this. If you're using Selectus, Selectus is expensive, so if you have a hookup somewhere, use it. Um, because it's really expensive. I have a friend of mine that he bought a Sprinter van and not even supposed to be doing this, but I help him out a little bit on Selectus. So my number 2 point was the bigger the broker, the lower the rate they will pay. I mean, it is the truth. Bigger brokers have more people to pay, more overhead, better technology, better products. So they're going to try to make the most margin on these loads. Uh, so I recommend going with the smaller brokers. Of course, there is always the risk of credit and how fast they pay. But if you're using a factoring company, you shouldn't worry about that. Um, Bigger brokers usually have um, two sides to them, the customer side and the carrier side. So the customer side, which is the side that I'm on right now, bids on loads. It could be a bid board or it could be just a contact that you have that's asking you to quote. And I quote them and I get that load. And then from then, the carrier side is the one who's reaching out to you to book these loads, or maybe you're reaching out to you, the guys that got the loads posted. On bigger brokerages, both sides make commission off of this. So the customer side is making commission of the margin, of course, and some of them make 10, 15% of what the load is making. And then the carrier sales makes about 10%, 8%, some other places. Uh, so smaller brokers have the customer rep books and gets the load. So what I did for a while, the company that I'm at right now, I started a branch with my branch manager. I'll get the load from the customer, I'll post it myself, and then book it. So I had full, I wouldn't call it power, autonomy in what rate I'm booking. It's my customer, I'm alone, I'm doing everything. So I can make the decision in seconds, in split seconds. While if you go to a big broker, most of his guys are going to tell you, hey, let me talk to my manager, give me a second, or hey, let me talk to your customer. And when they tell you that, they're literally just messaging somebody on Teams, asking if they're ready, it's okay, and they're gonna be like, no, try to match this, try to match that, and that's how it goes. Um, so yeah, I wouldn't say stay away from big brokers because sometimes there are some good loads, but most of the times they're going to be the ones bidding you down on the rates. I mean, it's just the way it is. There's no way around it. Okay, so I already moved on. Point three, point four, um, point five. I'm gonna go ahead and explain point five just to see how the carrier reps operate. Um, so let's say I got a load for $1,500. Um, the big broker that I was working for, they had a max buy or target rate. So when I was working for them, I was on the carrier side. Um, so if I booked that load for the max, if I found a truck for the max, I'll only make $10 of that load. And the more I went down, then I started hitting the percentage and getting more commission off of it. So you see, they are the way their system works and the draw that they have to hit, it's all about lowering the rates. And most of the times, I mean, as a dispatcher or as a carrier owner operator, you get frustrated at these guys that are just trying to beat you down on the rates. And to be honest, it's not them. It's just the bigger machine that they have behind that the system that is built around them that is literally built just for this, for making money, for lowering the rate. I mean, there is no way around it. And what I've seen is most of these carrier sales reps guys, I mean, they're 23, 22, 24-year olds fresh out of college or not. They're just very young guys hungry for money. So they're going to try to get you as cheap as they can. Most of these guys get a base salary of 40K, uh, 45K. The newer companies are paying more, like Steam, Flock, and all of that. But back in my day, I worked at the call center doing tracking for this big broker. Sorry about my dog in the back. And I moved internally. I was only making 34K on my base, and then I had to kill myself to make this commission. Otherwise, I will only see $800 every 2 weeks. So you see why there is such drive to drive you down on these rates, because that's literally, some of them are stuck, and that's the only way out. And there used to be a thing that if you don't hit your draw, you go in the hole, and then you owe the company money. So it's I hated that so much. So it's just this, you have this like machine that is built just to make so much money. I used to call it a puppy mill, and they literally just get young kids, let's say 120 work, 80 turnover, and they just keep going, and just keep hiring and recycling, and it's just so bad. I hated that so much. It's just a way of using people and making it a numbers game, and it's bad for everybody. Um, so that's one of the things that a lot of dispatchers, and I've seen a lot of animosity towards the brokers, and the animosity should be towards the big companies, not the carrier rep guys themselves. I mean, I was one. I've been on that side, and I had a good book of business. I had a bunch of carriers, and I was basically my carrier's dispatcher, the personal dispatcher. They only book with me, only book with the broker that I was working with, and I did everything for them. But I mean, I had to leave. I went in the hole a couple of times, and the third time I couldn't get out because the rates were so cheap back then. It was bad for the truckload market and for carriers, and I saw two of my carriers go bankrupt literally in front of me because and I felt responsible because I just couldn't give them better paying loads. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Sometimes the guy that's beating you down on the rate is not solely responsible for your downfall or just he's not just trying to beat you down on the rate because he is pretty much he has to. Uh, there's this thing that I wrote here. If a broker tells you that book this load for X amount of money, and then next week I'll throw you 100 or 200 extra. 8 out of 10 times it's not gonna happen. I used to do that all the time, just to book loads. A broker, a bigger one in any given day, they have 2,000, 5,000 loads per day, and they have a floor of like 400, 500 kids trying to book all these loads. So the chances of you booking that same load repeatedly, unless you book it the same day and pre-book it, a week in advance, 4 or 5 days in advance, is very slim. Um, so, I mean, just don't be fooled. Get your money, and if that amount works for you, take it. If not, just don't have the hope that next week you're gonna get 200 extra for that same lane because if you do it for cheap right now, that means their system is going to tell next week that you ran it for that. So their manager is going to be, oh, he ran it for that last week. Why can't he run it for that again? Uh, and 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 they go based on lane history. So 8 out of 10 times you're not going to get that. Okay, so moving on, we're gonna move up to my point number 7 is early morning pickups have a high rate of failure. Loads that are posted very early in the morning, pick up by 7, 8 a.m. will always pay more. So if I have a load right now that's posted that has a pickup time of 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and it's 7:51 in the morning Eastern time, you can ask for more money. Why? Because if it delivers the same day, by 12 or 1, they're desperate or they're going to be late, miss appointments, and disappoint their customer. Or maybe he won't get loaded if he doesn't make it past 9 a.m. Let me check my board, see if I got one of those real quick. 27th, 28. Yeah, I got a Savannah to Atlanta. It is a drive and though. Let's just I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys an example how fast and how competitive Selectus is. I got a Savannah to Atlanta. It's about 20 pallets that he was supposed to be there at 8 a.m. We didn't book it. I actually gotta send a message to somebody and see what's going on. That's first thing they gotta do this morning. I'm gonna show you Selectus. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to do this. So I mean, we'll see. If I get in trouble, so be it. So this is Selectus. This is the main board. You go to manage posted orders, and this is how I post a load. And I'm gonna show you how fast. This is the board that you as a carrier will see with all these loads that are posted. This is postings from people. If I was a driver, I could, filter like if I want to find Sprinter loads uh, out of Georgia. I'll search, and then I got Georgia, Kennesaw to Ontario, Atlanta to North Carolina. So I got these loads, expedited loads. They're all large trades, and I could, if the account was on my name, I'll be able to bid on these, but it's not. So what you would do is just open up their profile and email them. But that's not what we're doing today. What we're doing today is I'm going to show you how many bids I get. It's just on one posting, so you can see how competitive this is. And I'm gonna give you some tips on how to email these brokers or whoever is posting the load. So we're gonna go Savannah, Georgia. This is just a mock-up. I mean, I'm sorry for the people that are bidding, but I'm not gonna get this load. Atlanta, Illinois. I try to be as accurate as I can. I'm gonna say 20 pieces. The weight is 8,000. Load type, I'm gonna do large straight, which is a 26, 24, 26 footer. Large straight, I want it dog high. Continue, post order. So I posted that, and then now all these people are literally just going to click on traffics or whatever Coyote or whoever the broker is and start emailing me. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this my email in right now. I got the notification right here that I posted the load on Selectus. I have the sound on, and we'll see how long it takes and how many I get. But while that happens, let's go back to my comments and see if I got anything else to touch. So as I was talking about early morning pickups. So yeah, so just if I notice, if you wake up at 6 in the morning and post your truck, uh, I say he'll be able 8 times out of 10 you'll be able to get a good load, a good paying load that has to pick up early. So you have to notice the difference. If you can't expect to get the same amount of money for at 7 a.m. for a load that's picking up at 12 or 1 because they're going to wait to see if they get a better rate. But if he has to pick up at 8 or 9 a.m. and it's 7:30 and you're very close, you can get more money. I mean, that's the name of the game. That means they had a failure, or the guy wasn't empty, or he got stuck, or so many things that could have been in play for you, and this is your chance to make money. Uh, and then same goes to loads posted after 5 p.m. for same day pickup. We'll pay more. So if it's 3 p.m., you're in Atlanta, and there is a load posted picking up at 5 p.m. or 4, and you're in the city, you're a close truck to that load, man, get that money. I mean, it's simple. Get that money because you have a truck that's so close, and especially in Atlanta, that there is so much traffic. They have to pay a premium just because you're close. So just keep this in mind. Early morning to pick up early, after 3 p.m. to pick up very close, like 4, 5, 6 p.m. Those are loads that are failing, and because they're failing, you will be able to get more money. Here we go. Boom. So let's see, 1,000 with a 26, 1,000 with a 24, 248 miles. That's a pretty good load, huh? Savannah to Atlanta on a large straight, um, 20 miles out, 7 miles out, lift gate pallet jack. Um, I got a 24, a 26. I'm paying 11 for a drive-in. That's what I'm paying right now. That's what I paid yesterday. I do these loads every day, so I can go. Literally, this is me as a broker. What I do every day. Like that's an email that I was sent. That's 7 miles south from Savannah. You gotta make sure they're empty. It's a 24 footer. If I did need these trucks, if somebody comes back at 800, 850, even 900, I'll probably send it. Do you want me to tell you how much money I got on this load? On a large straight, I'll probably have around 1250, 1300. Uh, on a drive, and I only got 1400. That's what I've been running them for, and I book my drive-ins for 11, sometimes 1,000. So I'm making, as a broker, I'm making 300, 400 bucks on drive-ins. I'm looking to make 500 uh, on a straight truck. Uh, I want to be over 20, 25% margin on every single one of my loads. My goal is to be over 400 margin on every single one of my loads. It doesn't happen all the time. It really doesn't happen all the time, but that's what I want my average to be, 950. Sometimes I just don't have the time to reply. Uh, if I needed this load picked by 8 a.m., I would have taken that 950 immediately. Immediately. Or even that 1,000 because he's 7 miles out and it's 7:58. I would have done that immediately. I mean, no questions asked. Usually I get more bids than this, but this is just how Selectus works. You can always negotiate. I got a bunch of stuff coming up. It's about to be 8 a.m., so I gotta hop back on. But I mean, we'll finish up the video. So you see 800 empty now, 950. I can probably get this for 900 and moving. Uh, I can be like this and see what happens. Okay, well, this is how Selectus works. I'll probably, if enough people see this and want to see more and actually book a load, I'll probably do it. I'll book a load, but that's probably gonna have to be in another video. I don't have the time. I gotta go to work right now. So point number nine, weekend loads always pay more. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Weekend loads always pay more. Ask for more money. Period. Especially if it's a short run, picking up on Friday and delivering on Monday, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're gonna be home for the weekend, relaxing." No, you're holding that load, therefore your money is on hold. Ask for more money. Period. Um, 10. When I post a load on DAT, I'm always prepared to pay 100 or 200 over what I have in there. Maybe I'm a fool. Yeah, I mean that's just what it is. So for example, I'm on DAT right now. Here's a lane that I was quoting yesterday, and just to give you a ballpark, I got, I look at this 707. This is a three-digit zip. That's the most accurate 7-day average. DAT showing 732 to 864. My brain, I'm saying maybe we'll book it same day and or late in the day. So I'm thinking to the truck, which is TTT. I'm going to book it for 900 on the high side. I always go to the high side when I quote. So if I'm booking for 900, I'm quoting 1250, making 350 because it's a short run. So you see how absurd the margin is for a 95-mile run up in the north. It's absurd. So I can make 350 like this, and I don't even have to do anything. So you just gotta know what you're worth and just how to talk to to brokers. I mean, I have a lot of tools here on DAT, and I got way many more tools that I use to quote. Big one here is Sonar from Freight Waves, but this is more this is for over the road 53 footers and reefer, so I'm not gonna get into that. And this was a drive-in quote. But if I was quoting this for a box truck, if I am going to quote this for a box truck, I'll quote it almost at what the rate DAT is showing me. So a box truck here, I will think, if I drive and I'm paying 900, a box truck I'm paying 750, 800. I'm quoting 11 for that box truck, and I'm hoping to book that box truck for 650 so I can make 450. So you see what I'm saying? Uh, Box trucks are getting quoted pretty much almost as a drive-in, almost every single time. I mean, let's look at the lane Savannah to Atlanta that we were just doing on a box truck and see what DAT is showing me. The DAT is showing me 942 on a drive-in to 1,000. That's what I'm booking, 1,011. And I'm assuming me as the guy that's quoting my customer, I'm always assuming I'm booking on the high end, uh, and produce is coming, so it's gonna be very hard to get trucks from Savannah, other than the guys that are doing beer runs and they get canceled. So think about this and just put this in your mind. Box trucks are literally almost getting quoted as drive-ins. So there is always more money in box trucks than what you think. People have the money in these loads. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, no problem. Look, I just got a 600, 18 miles out, lift getting pallet jack, true dog high. So I'll be making 700 on this load. Easy peasy. Easy money. Easy money. 3 minutes into 8 a.m. I already made 700 bucks on this load if I wanted to book. But it's a drive-in, so I really don't have that luxury. This would have been, I mean, if I was on the carrier side, 700, that would have been a 10%, 70 bucks commission for the carrier guy, and it would have been another 70 for the customer sales guy, and then the broker keeps the rest. And but yeah, look, 700 bucks I made. and my customer is paying me 13, that means they're charging the customer probably 15, 16. So you see how much money there is? Like it's just absurd. And that's why I'm making this video, just to show you guys how absurd this is. And a lot of I've seen a lot of videos of these like box truck gurus, and they tell you what to book and what not to book without understanding how this stuff really works. Like you have to understand how the broker operates and all the expenses they have and what their mentality is and what the machine is doing for you to be able to maximize your profit. It's simple. Look, I just got an 800. I'll bet you. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and show you. I'll bet you anything that I can get 550 on this truck right now. I mean, and then I'll be making 750. So, Selectus, great tool to find loads. For me, best tool ever because it's so competitive. I get lower rates left and right. Uh, Crazy, crazy thing. I gotta move on because I gotta start working soon. So let's see. That's why I said the Selectus post and dedicated freight equals less money. I don't recommend it for owner ups. I really don't. I mean, it's just I just don't think you will be making your money. It's like working a 9 to 5. So if you dedicate yourself, which is it is a steady income, um, and it's great if you really like that. But if I was to go and buy a box truck, I would be same day load board rat. I would be on that same day board maximizing my profit. And remember, your tonus are always like 150 if they cancel on you. But if you cancel on them, then they're gonna report you and whatnot. And you know how brokers get. I mean, oh, you cancel last minute, you cost me money, and they get mad or they won't give you a load again and all that good stuff. So I don't recommend it. Uh, Very few dispatchers are your friends. They're out to make that commitment as well and make money, so they won't tell you things. I've seen a lot of dispatchers that won't tell their drivers that they have to help load or unload, or maybe a load doesn't pay the attention if they missed the appointment and they booked it late. So just be very careful because I know dispatchers, just for the sake of putting you on a load and making that whatever percentage they're making, I mean, and they don't tell you have to help or they're not gonna pay the attention. Like there is an appointment at 3 p.m. and you booked it at 2:30. No way you're making that 3 p.m. You get there and then you're at working. You wait for 6 hours to get loaded, and then you don't get the attention because you missed the appointment and that was pretty much sold as a working. Uh, you're wasting your time and making money. So you gotta make sure the dispatcher you're working with knows what they're doing. One, and he's not trying to trick you and it's just not trying to give you loads for the hell of it. I mean, you gotta make your money. Let's see what we got here. Boom, boom, boom. He didn't reply. 999. Oh, where's my 500? Where's my 550? Whatever. Moving on. Landstar. I'll stay away from anything Landstar. It's just a double broker operation. All of them, most of them, I'll stay away. Period. As a broker, very few agencies that I've worked with. And you, as a truck owner, I don't know. I just don't want to. No, double brokering, not good. Um, the moment you have a load in your truck, you have all the leverage. Yes, you do. You got that load in your truck, the broker is in your hands. You got all the leverage. One thing I don't recommend, just don't say that you're not delivering until you get paid attention. And don't start going crazy because there are some crazy brokers out there that will literally report you, call the police, and say that you're holding the load hostage. Don't do that. Uh, just try to be as nice as you can. I know these guys, and sometimes I was one of them, get pretty hard headed, but just know that you have the leverage. So you have the leverage, just take the high road and just make it work for you. You don't win anything by getting all crazy about it. Uh, oh, he said book it. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? 500, 550. Look, Savannah to Atlanta is 550 good. That's 2 watt a mile. Let's see. What is good? What is good? 550 divided 248. 221 a mile. 221 a mile. 221 a mile. That sounds good, right? 248 miles. That sounds good. Picking up right now, delivering same day. But I was prepared to pay up to 900 on this load. So that's why you got to be quick on selectors and if go down on your bid. If you're prepared to go down to 550 and that 221 a mile sounds good to you and you need to get out of Savannah, be prepared to just tell them book it, send it. Um, Sorry, I hate doing this, but yeah, just wanted to show you guys. I was prepared to pay nine. I got the 550. I told you. Um, yeah, some people use the carrier reps on the broker side as their own dispatcher. Just take the time and learn. Last thing I want to say, use technology. Everybody's moving towards technology, whether it's ELD or you get your apps on your phone, MacroPoint, use all of that. The easier it is to communicate with you and track you, the more loads you're going to get and report. Nobody wants to be calling you six, seven, 10 times when they can just have your MacroPoint at all times, you know? Um, so so yeah, that's what I got for you guys on this video. Not sure how long it's been. 31 minutes. I hope people see it. I'll go way more in depth if people actually ask questions and watch this and want to know more, and we can book loads together. To be honest, I just gotta blur out some things. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get in trouble for this. We can literally run through DAT and look at the load board and I can search a load. I mean, hell, if you want, I'll book a load for you. I'll book it and we'll just book it with your MC. We can do that. I like that idea. We'll see how many people want me to book a load for them. I'll help you book a load as a broker. I'm helping you out. I'm not gonna broker the load to you, but I'll get in touch with that guy as your dispatcher, and I'll book you a load, and we'll see how much money we can make you. We can make a video like that for sure. Let's see how many people see this. Hopefully you guys take this knowledge. If you have any questions, reach out. No problem. Take this knowledge and apply it, man. Make that money. I am all about everybody making money. I'm all about, spreading the wealth. Big corporations taking 70, 80% of the profit and leaving the rest of us with nothing is it's not good. By the way, I all this money that I'm making, I don't even make 10% of it. So just letting you know, that's why I'm spreading knowledge. Hopefully everybody sees this, and next one, I'll see you on the next one.